What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bird Call. Today, we are doing bird watching, the sort of secondary series on Bird Call here, and we are going to be watching some Falcon VODs today. But one of the interesting things, right, is it almost seems like there's this mysticism around Mango. And we've kind of talked about this before, and people have like a hard time decoding it. But there has to be something that he's doing that is consistently working against Falcon, right? Because he's the Falcon Slayer. So I'm excited to dive into this set and see exactly what happens. But do you have any thoughts about sort of that mysticism around Mango versus Falcon, or thoughts that you have about how he plays in particular?
So the example that I have is boom, and it's just playing now. So this is something that I think you and I have talked a lot about whenever we're talking about the game.
Yep.
And it's basically the SDI down and away on the second hit of Nair. And it is something that actually doesn't come up that much if you watch Mango VODs, but he's really, really good at it. But what does come up a lot when you watch Mango VODs is full approaching laser, right? And that's one of those things where it looks so powerful because he just full approaching lasers on top of Falcon, and then he gets his shield pressure, or he reads a roll, or he's just like takes a bunch of space for free, and then he's on top of you and playing mix-ups and stuff. And so people will watch that and be like, oh, I should full approaching laser against Falcon.
Yeah.
And then they full approaching lasered and they get Nair grabbed, 0 to death, and they lose their stock.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And the reason that Mango can full approaching laser is because he can SDI down and away on the second hit of Nair and kill Falcon. So this is part of that like mysticism where it is not immediately obvious that approaching laser and SDI down and away on the second hit of Nair are related, right? Like those things are like intertwined, and you need this level of defense right here in order to have the offense that Mango has. In order to blindly throw yourself at your opponent with the laser, you need to be able to survive if he Nairs out of shield. Stuff like that is kind of things I look for, which is like he tends to be able to put on a lot of pressure against Falcon. And I have had the experience in the past where I try to put on a lot of pressure against Falcon, and I'm like, well, he's just hard to hit. I don't know. He just Nairs, he full hops, he dashes back. How is Mango able to put on so much pressure against Falcon safely? And so that's part of what I look for when I watch Mango versus Falcon. It's like, how does he keep himself safe while putting on this much aggressive?
Yeah, absolutely. So this goes hand in hand with the concept that I talk about a lot when I talk about Mango versus Falcon, which is just damage mitigation. And we've mentioned damage mitigation before on the podcast in a number of episodes. But against Falcon, right, you think about like how explosive the character is, right? He could just kill Falco if he gets like a couple reads right, or if he gets a couple reaction tech chases into an edge guard and then, gimps him or whatever. Falco's ability to mitigate that damage is really important, whether that be SDIing the Nair so that Falcon doesn't get as many clean grabs, or playing really smart around Falcon's shield in order to not get reversaled, or sliding off Falcon throws so that he doesn't get clean knockdowns or clean gimp opportunities. That kind of stuff is really important. And I don't even know necessarily if Mango knows that he's doing all of that stuff. I will say my one example of him like being conscious of this sort of damage mitigation, I was at a summit and I was playing against Wizzy. I barely lost, and I didn't slide off on a couple of down throws. And Mango's like, yo, dude, you gotta slide off those down throws, like, or else you're just gonna get tech chased to death. And it's like, oh, Mango literally knows about slide off the ledge, don't get gimped, don't get tech chased. But like, you might not know that he's literally consciously doing that. So this is an example,
he's
right?
just not like a huge nerd about like enumerating that shit. Like if you're like, hey, can you list the 7 defensive things you do against Falcon? Like, no, I don't know. Just fucking play the game and don't get hit. And then when you do get hit, you're like, dude, why didn't you slide that off? Like, come on. Like, that's obvious. That one's obvious.
Yeah,
like
100%. But yeah, just to sort of wrap up this concept, right? The game is all about evaluating risk reward. Something that everybody talks about is openings per kill, right? We're obsessed with the number, which is awesome because it's a really important number. But people only view it through the offensive end a lot of the time. How do I get my punish game better? How is it possible that I get better openings in neutral so that I can convert even harder? How do I close out my edge guards so that my opponent doesn't get back and I have to win neutral again? Something that's really important and something that Mango's obviously given at least some amount of thought to and at least practiced a lot through playing the game for so long is mitigating damage so his opponent has to open him up more frequently, right?
And I think it helps him get the better open ups. One thing I really like to focus on is when I talk about quote unquote neutral is just move choice. The first step of punish game is what move did you hit him with? Does that move combo, right?
Yep.
And then the way you play neutral is to pick a move that combos. And for Falco, especially against fast fallers, you generally just want shine, nothing else. Some stuff leads to shine, but you really want shine against Falcon. So part of the struggle of this matchup normally is you are contesting hitboxes like Nair and back air with shine.
Yep.
And so Shine is just small, and it's hard to contest Nair and back air with Shine.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're fighting Mango, Nair feels useless, if not risky.
Mm-hmm.
And back air is hard to do against lasers, right?
Right.
So he's using lasers and Shine versus, Nair, back air, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you think about what moves Falcon wants as his opening, it's grab and stomp. And that's
Right.
kind of it at 0%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're just like shooting lasers, first of all, stomp has forever startup, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just like high laser and he can't stomp you. And then Nair doesn't work anymore because it doesn't lead to grab against him. Back air doesn't lead to grab. And so he really just needs to raw grab Mango somehow while he's doing lasers and Shine, right?
Right.
And suddenly that seems way more reasonable than fighting, Nair and back air with Shine. So
yeah. Do you ever have the experience, because I do, that like I know all Falcon really wants at 0 is either a stomp or a grab, but somehow I get caught up in this mini game of like chasing Falcon around the platforms or like scrapping with him in sort of like awkward ways where I'm not looking for Shine. I'm just trying to back air poke him out, but he somehow like his first hit of Nair like reaches out but weaves in and then it whiff punishes my bear, and now we're like in this weird thing where I thought I hit him but he hit me. It's just awful. But I feel like Mango is disciplined, which is important, right? Because he will play to his strengths within the matchup. And he'll try to avoid his opponent's strengths, right?
And I think that's something with just platforms in general, right? Like platforms, any character can kind of be like, all right, instead of both of us looking for big openings, we're gonna play around platforms and look for stray hits, which can kind of happen both ways. Like Falco's pretty good, I think, with like controlling zones with back air. He can like full hop back air to the top platform and then be actionable right away and then drop down back air or something. And so you're not very good at chasing Falcon, but you're pretty good at just like, hey Falcon, you can't cross this line right here if you're in the corner. And then Falcon is pretty good at up airing if you're ever above him, right? That one is pretty simple. He just sometimes the stock, like he gets you to 40 with just 4 different single hit up airs, like no combos. And then the next one knocks down and then you're doomed, right? So.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm curious to see how Mango plays it. We sort of even kind of mentioned it before the podcast, right? But like, if you're going to watch Mango versus a Falcon, it might as well be, well, how do I beat S2J, right? Because I think we both agree S2J does a lot of full hops, does a lot of double jumps, move to side platforms. Wizzy a lot more grounded, somebody who's willing to like try to actually do run up grab or just like short hop stomp on the ground and literally only play around those things. Maybe doesn't play for
and
those
he's
scrambles.
down to be wrong 14 times.
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to be kind of interesting watching Mango actually play against Johnny in this set. Mango had this amazing record of not losing to any Falcon for about a decade, except for Silent Spectre, right? Silent Spectre in like 2010, I think it was. Yeah. But since then, 2 Falcons have taken a set off of him, which is Wizzy and None. Funnily enough, Johnny, who's one of the Falcons I'm assuming he plays the most out of all the Falcons in the world, literally probably taught him a lot of the parts of the matchup, has not taken a set in 10 years. And keep in mind, everybody knows the elephant in the room. I'm Ginger. I lose to all the Falcons, right? Yeah, that's the thing. I've taken, I think, 2 sets off of Johnny now out of like 35. So what is Mango doing that's so effective against this strategy? Because Johnny feels really difficult to fight. So I am just personally invested, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's definitely a big one. And I, as someone who lives in SoCal, I guess locals aren't really like a thing, but there definitely was a time when I would run into Johnny at locals semi-regularly. And kind of similar, I've taken like 1 or 2 sets out of like 30 or something. So yeah, will be interesting. And also he's one where like he seems to have a play style that you can define, like, oh yeah, he does full hop and double jumps a lot. I still feel like he's hard to predict in an individual set. Like I know he's eventually gonna full hop or double jump Nair, or like double jump Nair fast fall, or full hop Nair fast fall, or and stuff like that, but he has enough mix-ups within those to make it still difficult to just like call out, especially with a big opening, which is why the fact that Mango is so good at finding shines and approaching lasers, it feels so good, because I often felt like I had to compromise looking for big openings against a player like Johnny, because he plays in a way that seems like I'm not allowed to just fish for shines, because he's throwing out a lot of defensive hitboxes and full hopping around. So instead, I have to just zone control and hit my stray back airs and be like, ha, you can't full hop or I'll hit you with a 14% back air over and over again.
Yeah.
But Mango's just like, no, I will just 0 to death you for that.
I can't remember if it was this set too, but I remember there was this period of Mango's Falco against Falcon where he was doing a lot of just running shine. And he would do like kind of approaching laser into dash running shine, and I was like, I hadn't considered doing that against Falcon before. And obviously there's like risks, right? Because if they just do stomp or something, your shine misses, you die. But I mean, it doesn't have the same reactable thing of you jumping, which can sometimes send a signal to your opponent to defend in some sort of particular way. And also you're looking at literally shining them. If it's their shield, it's pretty hard for Falcon to do anything about it if you choose a pretty safe option afterward. So I'm curious to see if that kind of pops up in this match.
I'm the biggest running shine simp of all time. So many of my lessons, it's kind of some matchup dependent too, like especially the Ditto. I tell people to just replace everything with running shine. But this is one where even if it's like hard to find running shines, you still should sometimes running shine because it's shine, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if he gets it. So I'm ready to hop into it if you are.
Yeah, let's do it.
Pog. Back air right at the start.
Back air gets nared off stage. Nice.
So actually, right off the start, I wanted to point it out. I had buried the lead by pausing too late here, but he immediately gets nared and dashes out and gets the back air,
my goodness.
So,
what the heck?
I kind of knew this was gonna happen at the first interaction, so I was like, I'm gonna look like a genius. I'm gonna talk about this interaction and then it'll happen immediately.
Dude. The thing is the amount of awareness, because he got hit by his own power shielded laser right before, right?
Yeah.
And so you might shoot this laser and you see Falcon jump to the ground and you're thinking, okay, well, I just lasered this fool on the ground, time to like be aggressive or whatever. But like Mango's looking at what happens, right?
Yeah. This is one where like, dude, when you first learn about this, like this SDI or whatever, this DI acting out of it, it seems unreasonably hard. It actually is just reactable though, right? The 2 hits of Nair take long enough to where by the time you realize the first hit has hit you, you can be like, oh shit, I got hit. And even if you miss the SDI down and away or whatever, this is definitely reactable, dash back, right? So you should like, the most common thing in the world is for Falcos to shield here. They get hit, they hold in the entire time, they land, they shield, they get grabbed. And a lot of Falcons are too slow. Like they don't get there in time, but you just shield so you get grabbed. Right? So just having the awareness to be like, I will try to SDI, but if I don't get it, I'll still dash back. And at the very least, roller spot dodge, you know?
One thing I want to point out real quick is just for all the Falcos at home. I don't know if you've experienced this against Johnny. He is quite literally the only Falcon that's done it against me, but maybe other people will do it in the future because the whole game is just mix-ups. And maybe the Falcons will eventually, you know, analyze Johnny like we are Mango. But so I do that take Nair dash away at low percent. And Johnny just overshoot knees my dash back. Which of course he knows to do because he's played against Mango. But it's so frustrating that I'm like, okay, I shot the laser. Okay, it got power shielded, but maybe I could still hit him. Okay, no, I got hit by the Nair. Time to SDI down and away. Do my dash back because I'm at low enough percent because it didn't knock over. And I'm getting need for it. And it's like, oh, heck, like he's just on kind of the next part of the meta. So then I started doing SDI away, turnaround up tilt, and then, okay, well, now I'm hitting him sometimes. Sometimes it also stuffs the grab depending on his timing. So there's mix-ups.
Which might explain why Mango here does a back air, right? Because like, in the clip example I had dash back, jump in, shine. Right? So like over here, it's like, ooh, this would be the optimal punish right here. You get a shine. And Mango could have done that here. But there's probably some part of Mango that's like, well, I don't know what he's going to do off this SDI. He might just fly in with a knee right here. So I have to just stop him instead of like looking for the Omega punish on the grab.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just figured I'd point out that like even if you outplay here, it's still a mix-up that you have to play afterwards. But that's the consequence of losing neutral, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's also where like terms like losing neutral become so much more muddled at top level.
Yes.
Because like, did Mango lose neutral? He's winning, you know. He has more, so it's, or he's down 2%, whatever, you know.
Right.
So from the ledge, double laser approaching Nair. So this is an example where he just like lasers approaches right away. I think this is decent against Falcon as long as you can deal with Nair at shield, right? Because like approaching, like some matchups, like Marth is an example I think of, that you shouldn't really approach right after the laser very often. You should laser dash back, dash in, go in, or dash dance for a bit and then go in or something. But versus Falcon, I think it's pretty good. You just go in right away because the only thing he has is Nair out of shield, and Mango's ready for that. So it's like not as risky for him to just like yeet himself at Falcon as it is for other people.
It's also a kind of a weird mid-height timing of the Nair too.
Yeah, that's his classic. So I made a tweet a long time ago about his -6 down air. Where you basically down air at the very peak of your jump and then fast fall. Same with Nair. It's just -4 with Nair, and he does the same thing here. So his mid height, like peak of the jump, fast fall right after hit lag. It's safe on shield. and then it lets him keep pressuring the rolls, and he does dash, jump, shine, and like his pressure. Actually, this is something we didn't like talk about at all beforehand. Is shield pressure. Falcon is like a character that like has bad out of shield option, so it feels like he should be easy to shield pressure, but it's actually kind of hard because he can just hold shield and roll, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Or like stomp out a shield, and you're like, you really want to hit him with shine, nothing else, right? So look at Mango's shield pressure. It's shine, 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 right? He's shield pressured with only the move that he wants to hit you with, which is like, you're not trying to hit the shield, you're trying to hit the Falcon, right?
Right.
And if you hit the shield, that's like, I've lost, but I need to keep myself safe now, right? But really my goal was to hit you with this shine, and he hit him with the third one, so.
Yep, definitely. It's combo time. What happens here?
Yep. Good combos, good
Whoa.
mix-ups. Cover DIN, cover DIN. Tried to cover DIN. I think he did DIN. It was too fancy of an idea.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's up air, up air.
What the heck? Wow.
Mango's is like, I will do my one ledge dash per set, and it will be 14 Galins.
That's crazy. Can you back it up, actually, so we can look at the edge guard here real quick? I'm pretty sure Mango got too fancy on this. This should just be like a death, I think.
Yeah.
Because Falcon isn't close enough to the stage to double jump to ledge.
Right, exactly. Yep.
So in this situation, he has one mix-up, which is that he drops low.
Yeah.
But on Battlefield, that's even more terrible than it is on other stages. But yeah, I think Mango could have just short hopped off, double jump, either down air or back air this up B, and it should just be over.
This moonwalk is just like unnecessary, because if you're just standing here, you can react to this with short hop off, double jump down air, or whatever. So, the moonwalk is good to threaten when you have to threaten the double jump, but he didn't have to threaten the double jump. He can just ignore the double jump and then only react to the up B. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I love my like flow chart for edge guards. So I've realized that like flow charting edge guards is like too complicated most of the time.
Sure.
Right. So if like if you try to flowchart, so now I have extremely vague flowcharts. So for basically every character, like Sheik, Falcon, and stuff, my flowchart is 1, deal with the double jump, 2, deal with the up B. And it sounds troll, but it's actually a huge mindset shift when you're just like hyper focused on how and where does he use his double jump, and could I have read it, or could I react to it or something, right? And this is a case where just how do I deal with this double jump? Well, I don't have to. It doesn't reach the ledge, so he has no mix-ups. So dealing with the double jump just means wait for the double jump, you know? And then deal with the upbeat. So,
I am actually the exact same way. I actually probably like 2 years ago, I was gonna make a video called like how to edgeguard Fox, and then I realized I didn't have 9 years to make a video. Like it's too complicated. It doesn't work like that. So like now my general advice to almost every Falco is like, if they have a double jump, probably try to use a laser to some degree and shoot it. If you like literally have the freedom to shoot a laser, like let's say you forward throw them, shoot one laser at least, okay? But like after that, people have this weird idea of like, oh yeah, and then you just perfectly precisely laser them all the way below the stage, and then you just down air them and they die. And it's like, it's 80 million times more complicated than that, unfortunately. So it's like, okay, react to side B if you can, grab the ledge sometimes, laser their double jump if it's free to do so. But outside of that, there's a bunch of mix-ups you're going to have to worry about. Just follow general rules is essentially what I say.
And for my general flowchart for Spacies, which is slightly more complicated than for every other character, like I just mentioned, is deal with the double jump, deal with the side B, deal with the up B. Because the side B is like the faster one that you have to like account for sooner. So generally speaking, like when I watch an edge guard, it's just, could you have read this double jump? Could you have read this side B? Or could you have read this up B? And then could you have reacted? Obviously, if you can react, just take the kill, right? But a lot of times it's like, note how you're just grabbing the ledge and he's just double jumping way above you and now you can't do anything or something like that, right? And that's a way that just like, if you just told yourself, how is he double jumping? You would have noticed that he's done the same double jump 7 times in a row and you can just kill him for it. Right?
So, it's funny, Joey Donuts in the chat, who obviously you know, I was giving him advice at Riptide, and but yeah, he says his only advice was to look at the screen. And it worked. It worked, didn't it, Joey? Okay.
Insane. We had a big breakthrough with Joey Donut versus Ben, where it was like he just double jump forward aired every single time, and I was like, just down air him, and then he down aired him, and then he started recovering like worse, you know? Like he started, like he stopped double jump forward airing, but then it was like more obvious on how to edge guard him because you could like he's dying for the forward air.
Yep.
So now he's just not forward airing, and now you can just grab the ledge and stuff. Like yeah,
that's awesome. Good old spot dodge shine. Oh, that's sad.
Yep. Big tournament winner.
One thing, man. Oh, two things. Okay, so if you back it up, so the side B to the ledge, I actually think is really hard for Falcon to cover in particular. Especially, we were talking about deal with the double jump. Imagine if you don't double jump, right? The Falcon, literally, you see how he positions himself at a height where, like, oh, well, he could double jump up high, then side B or whatever. And it's like, well, no, Mango literally just immediately side Bs. There's about 1 billion mix-ups you have to worry about there.
Oh shit!
Don't worry about it. I'll explain this to everybody. Nice, I love the dog. But yeah, since he's having to worry about the double jump, the side B to the ledge is just even more effective than it was before. And Falcon doesn't really have that many good options to threaten Falco going to the ledge in a situation like that.
Yeah, he loves downward angle 4 tilt, which like barely goes low at all. Right?
Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah, huge.
Oh, he tried to ledge dash again. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
Got eaten up by the up smash.
Super down to just execution test it. I really like side being these types of execution tests. So this one wasn't like reactable. It wasn't obvious that Johnny was going to execution test you. But if you are fighting someone that like just spams back air or spams up tilt right here, it is actually not cheese to side B through them.
Yep.
Because it is cheese for them to just spam moves here and execution test you.
Yeah.
Right? And like the side B is just like you're invincible until like here. And so if they're cheesing by spamming moves here, you should just side B through them.
Yep.
But this was a good mix-up by Johnny because he like did it at the last second. Right?
Yes.
So.
And the other thing too, this is off the back of a slide off to ledge from the down throw, by the way, which is really, really good. Boom.
Yep. Yeah, to ledge dash instantly. Yeah, to be ready for that is actually pretty good because most Falcos here, like, refresh at least one time because they like, oh, this is kind of weird. But Mango's just kind of down to go for it. He knows he won't have a perfect ledge dash, but he's like, I'll catch you off guard, and he does catch a lot of people off guard with these types of ledge dashes. So.
Whoa, he just fell all the way to the ground. I'm down.
Yeah. This is, did he use his double jump here? Because this is another case where it might be the mix-up is not double jumping. Okay, yeah, so he did. So Johnny probably should have up aired again.
Yeah, up air's just big enough to threaten the whole horizontal space, probably.
Yep. Yeah, no reason to shield and not just up air here, but whatever. I think Mango probably has to, well, I think you could just be doomed no matter what here. Like, even if you drift off stage, side B short into the ledge, for example, Falcon can just up air and go off stage and hit you. So you might just be doomed here. You might have to, like, time an air dodge. So I don't think, like, any decision here is not that wrong. You just kind of want him to think about having to cover this spot and this spot.
Right.
And like, if I full drift back, it's kind of hard. If I full drift forward and then air dodge down, that's kind of hard.
Right.
So Mango kind of drifted back, and Johnny, I think, was accounting for too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I also love how Mango, this is something I talked about a lot about Mango, where like oftentimes his first laser is an approaching laser. Because like I have a huge premium on what I call the initial laser mix-up, where it's just like the first laser is really hard to shoot a lot of the time. But once you have a laser out, you can just spam lasers. You know?
Yep.
But versus Falcon and Fox, but Falcon especially here, is like that first laser, like you just can't shoot a laser here. Like if Falcon just knees at you, you're just dead. And if he nares and he clips you with the second hit, you're just dead. So the first laser mix-up is actually pretty hard. And I find a lot of Falcos, they always like retreat with their first laser. And then like, let's say this was a laser in place, he would have hit him with the laser and he would have been here. Right. And then they're like, oh, how do I close the distance after laser? Do I laser approaching laser? Do I dash dance after it and then approaching laser? But just because his first laser is an approaching laser, he's like immediately on top of Falcon. Now he gets power shielded and he's down to scrap after power shields immediately. Right. Like power shields are just not that big a deal. So.
One thing that's spooky that I will say, when was this set? 2018, probably?
2019, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
2019. Oh, yeah, beginning of 2019. That makes sense.
Yep.
I feel like Falcons are better at whiffing things like this nair and then doing, like, gentlemen in place, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you try to do, like, approaching, or they'll do, like, nair immediately. And that sometimes can stuff the approaching laser in a pretty unfortunate way. But the classic is like nair dash back, hold center stage. And so doing something like that approaching laser, like you said, gets you close immediately, gets you farther towards center stage, you're directly on top of them, everything that you want, essentially, right?
Yeah, so that's a good point to make, that this is a read on dash back, basically. He is not true whiff punishing in air. He is playing a mix-up on the Nair,
Mhm.
right? So something I like to say is that like basically you want to approach off some sort of frame advantage, and oftentimes that is a laser, but this whiff Nair is like hitting a laser.
Yep.
So you don't get to just whiff punish this, right? Some people are like, oh, how do I punish Falcon for nairing in place? Well, it's like, no, you don't just punish him for this, right? You play a mix-up off of this. Like, he missed a nair at a range. Like, if we were pausing here and you had just hit him with a laser, I wouldn't just tell you, how do I get a free hit on Falcon?
Yep.
It's like, no, you got to play a mix-up and read him somehow, right? So if he nairs or nair gentlemen's, then you want to dash dance and then punish. But if he nair dash back, you want to approaching laser. I mean, you don't have to approaching laser, but that is like Mango's most aggressive way of punishing that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is like a good rule of thumb is just like wait for Falcon to whiff a nair and then play your post laser mix up.
Okay, Mango wiling out a little bit on the edge guards.
Yeah. I really like these. So like he missed here, but full up aerials to top platform into immediate action is like so powerful. And that was the latest pair of all time. But yeah, I think this stuff makes Falco's full hop so good. Because like if you full hop back air and then fall here, like let's say he never reached a top platform, it is just like infinitely more laggy of a move, right? Like it just feels so bad. And like I see Falco's, especially if you like yeet yourself into the corner, like they're shielding here and Falco's just like, nair, oh shit, they're shielding in the corner now for the rest of the match, right?
Yep.
But this gets him out of the corner on the top platform, actionable right away, and he's ready to just like he canceled the lag of the back air.
Right.
It's like so fast, and now he's just shield pressuring again. And now we're seeing shield pressure with things other than shine, because he's at 100, and these moves would all be really relevant to hit with.
Yeah, so that's a really good point to make. One really specific point I want to make is that so Mango has his back turn in this situation and goes for like a mid-height nair with his back turn, which is really important because the frame data on back air is actually quite a bit worse than nair. So if you have the opportunity and you know your opponent's going to hold shield, and you generally, even if you have your back turn, want to nair. Not only is it better on shield, but also it has less end lag. So you see here, SQJ ends up rolling. Well, Mango has enough time to do other things. He did a back air eventually, actually. But the point stands that like if SQJ had rolled one sequence sooner, well, Mango was actionable. I think it's like 3 frames sooner than he would have been if he had back aired. So kind of stuff is
like right here is the spot where like if he rolls here and you're trying to cover it but you back aired, you're like quite a bit laggier, especially if he rolls before the aerial, where like the nair right here, like you shine right here, let's say Falcon rolls right now, then your nair or back air would whiff, right? And so the fact that you just have less end lag is way more relevant than how positive it is on shield. Luckily nair wins out in both cases, so you don't have to think about it. So but yeah, so here like you nair, and if he rolls, you're more ready to just like chase the roll. And here he goes nair shine insta back air, which is a different thing, right? This is like to cover a jump, right? But because he's so well positioned with his back turn, this roll in gets covered by jab. I actually think he gets the true punish here, but this could have been CC grab, but whatever, you know?
Right.
Still pretty good to just be like, I'm on top of you and you can't roll.
Definitely.
Ow. Soft back air, tech chase back air. What?
That was crazy. Oh, no way!
I forgot about this. That's right.
No
that
way.
Happens like
my god.
Oh yeah, that's why I remember this happening live, and I was like, why shoot the lasers then?
Oh, that's a good point. True.
This is like the famous Leffen set where he was like corner pressuring Leffen. Leffen like ledge dashes, gets back into the ledge, gets back into the ledge, and then fails a ledge dash and dies, and then Mango homie stocks. And I was like, Leffen should just always fail the ledge dash. He obviously couldn't get back on stage. So.
That's a good point. It's better than ledge dashing at that point. You get a stock for it. Yeah.
Ooh, he actually messed up there. But same idea, right? Is that he's down to fight nair. That's the big thing. He doesn't want to get grabbed. He doesn't want to get stomped, but he's down to get naired. Unfortunately, some of the times you'll mess up. You miss a dash back, you slow turn around, you get grabbed. The only reason he got grabbed here is because he missed a dash back. It's not because nair to grab combos, right?
Yep.
So.
Oh, gets the read too. Dude, Johnny just runs away from Falco at the ledge. What is happening? Mango's just double lasered. Actually, did you watch the Drug Fox video about this double laser?
Oh yeah, where he does it when you're close because that's the time.
Yeah, he like slid off on this knee or something, and then immediately did this, right? And it's like, oh, there's no way he's gonna double laser right now. And then that's exactly the time he would choose to double laser.
Yeah, and actually last time he slid off, he ledge dashed. So.
Very true.
Yeah. Like these double lasers would have been okay against the up smash. He couldn't do it here, but that is like how he punished the last ledge dash, was this random up smash here.
Yep.
And so this would hit him. I guess he could like take laser. The squid is to power shield the second one because it's just
true
consistent. But or take laser jab. I think he can gentleman with.
Yeah, what Wizzy does now, he started doing it probably like 8 months ago or something, is he just crouches near the ledge and then he just gentlemans at the same timing.
Yep.
Which will kill Falco a lot of the time for sure.
Yep. But that one is susceptible to ledge dash shine. So.
Yep. Or side B from ledge.
True. Although maybe you can shield on reaction, but you can't. Probably can't.
Yeah, you could shield on reaction. How do you feel about that shine on the top platform? Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah, I like it. So I'm a big fan. I think this is like a very conservative punish route, which is shine on the inside, go to the top platform is one of my favorite combo routes.
Yep.
It's what I tell most players to do. If you're just like learning to get a consistent punish, this is really good because either they DI in and you fuck him up over here and you get like up tilt forward smash, or they DI out and now you get to corner pressure them or ledge trap them. I think at ultra high levels, if you do this every time, it's really bad if they DI out every time and they grab the ledge and you didn't kill them, you know? And it's like, it's not enough to just throw them to the ledge every time. But I tend to like really like this combo route because you get better at corner pressure and you get to like learn the importance of center stage and like this combo turning into this laser, and then you cover the greediest option here too, which is the double jump, and just like, no, this will turn into a corner pressure situation. Because like the idea here is that like when you shine here, he's either getting comboed here or he's going to grab the ledge, but this is just a jank air dodge to slide off that gets him out. So I think the combo route is good, especially like in my mind, Falcon like must get back out and grab the ledge here. Like there's no way he doesn't. But this air dodge was so weird. So, and then this was so lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say it was good DI.
Fastball.
Yeah, I was gonna say good DI, but it was pretty lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it was like really good awareness. Like he DI'd left and was like, oh, I'm going to be able to Tekken play slide off fast fall, right?
Yep.
Because the fast fall is definitely intentional. Like he knew that this was going to happen, therefore he fast fall.
Yep.
But I don't think that like back here, like I don't think here he knew that if he shines me, I can slide off on the left.
Yeah.
Maybe he did, but that seems just lucky to me.
That would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Mango's sort of speaking truth to your cover the greediest option there. Since he sort of just did it twice in a row. He's like, okay, I'll cover the greediest DI, then I'll cover like the the immediate double jump, and okay, you're actually in the corner. You have to do something crazy at this point.
I also like this. This is something I actually am really bad at, which is just the decisiveness to just shine the missed tech. Because I feel like it's like, I think maybe he knew that his shine was unstale here or whatever, but even if you don't, like, just hit him sometimes, like we're both going to be confused about whether or not you can tech here, and so just like throw out a move. This is something that like certain like really fast Falcos will just get these combos every time, and I will just like be standing underneath and then like, tech roll left, and I'm like, it's just like, just hit him sometimes,
Yeah. So the way I kind of see it is, how do I want to describe this? At some percentage of the time you have to read tech in place with just like immediate jump shine, and a certain percentage of the time you're going to be shining the miss tech, and being prepared for what happens afterwards and being decisive about it is pretty important. I also think that even if they fly away because your shine is stale, I think almost always that's a pretty good situation for Falco.
I agree.
I'm not going to say almost always, but sometimes I get a hit out of it. Like, okay, I shot that, or I did the shine, they're like flying, they fall with a really like weird back air, I just like up air them or up tilt them. Or they double jump, they're on the top of the stage, I like back air to cover them drifting or something, and now they're all in the way in the corner at a higher percent. It's like, this shine was pretty good, I'm down.
And sometimes you just hit them. You just shine, they're in spooky stun, whatever you want to call it, and I just full hop back air them, full hop down air them. And it's just like, they were confused, So, cool punish here. Fast fall, weird tech. That rolls whatever. You got to do something. This is like Falcon with Omega frame advantage. This is like if Falcon hit a point blank laser, and it's like, I mean, sometimes you got to roll most of the time here. Otherwise, you get grabbed and die. So
definitely, it was very weird coverage.
What was?
He did full hop back air after the up throw. You'd think if his choice was up throw here, he was going to have a plan for the tech on the platform. but I don't know. I don't know what he could have done.
Yeah, you'd think too that if he wants to read this, he would full hop stomp.
Yeah, I was
But,
thinking the same thing.
yeah.
Maybe that takes too much time, though. It actually
Yeah.
looked kind of weird.
I mean, the back air took too much time, but also it's hard to say if he tried to react a little bit because, like, he's actionable here. Nah, he did pretty fast. So maybe, yeah, I don't think he had time to stomp.
That's kind of interesting. Seems
I
pretty
think in
safe.
hindsight, he just had to down throw. I don't think Johnny thought about the top platform here. I think he was like, I'll up throw and tech chase here, and he's like, fuck.
That's pretty interesting. That I feel like that makes it so tech in place is just like the correct option post up throw.
Yep.
Huh. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, because maybe he can up air and you can slide it off.
Oh, true.
At most, yeah. So the only thing you maybe Johnny can play a mix up here and like waveland. That'd be fancy. But
true. But does he have enough time to waveland to cover the tech in place still?
No, I think.
Or are you saying the
he
waveland
calls out the shield?
Oh, calls out the shield. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Because I think like the only thing Johnny can actually hit you with here is up air. So I think Johnny should just down throw to not deal with this.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Not as good. Yeah.
Look at us helping the
back throw.
Falcons. Nice.
Yeah. This is also a spot where you can just back throw, but then you have to deal with Mango on the ledge again. So
True.
ouch. Now Nair is powerful, but not that powerful, huh? So this is another one where it's like once you're at higher percents, you no longer get to do the fancy SDI dash away dash in. But now never miss this tech. You know?
Yeah.
Nair to knee or Nair to stomp to knee is one of the more brutal. Like, dude, I always remember Scar's first combo video. I killed Mufasa. It's like 4 Nair to knees synced to the music at the start. It's like bah, bah. Every time I see a Nair to knee, and it's always Nair miss tech knee, you know? And it's like very common. And once you can never miss that tech again, and also just never tech in place, because most of the time they're going to guess that you're going to miss tech, you know?
Right.
And if they are reading that you will hit the tech, they still have to guess left or right, you know? So just tech every time and tech left or right every time. So,
yeah.
Is this Nair to knee? Like, honestly, this is the type of stuff where, like, no matter how much you like analyze melee and like try to come up with a reason and like game plan and neutral, this right here is the ball game. Like the fact that he did not die from this Nair to knee and now he still has a stock. I mean, he didn't even knee, but whatever. Like, I can't tell you how many Falcos died to this Nair to knee, and now they're down 1 stock to 2, 52%. They come down. The game is so hard for them.
Yes.
Falcon trades percent for a little bit, then dies. You're at 40. You know. So it's like little, like very specific stuff. I think that like the higher level you get, the more specific the interactions that really matter become, right? Because it's like right here, it's like landing this tech could be why he won this game. Right?
Very true.
And it's not like, oh yeah, turn your back against Falcon at 2 L frames or whatever. It's just like, no, just hit the tech. That's it. Everything else, play autopilot for a while because you've got a pretty good game plan already. Right?
It's so interesting though that like the interactions become more specific as you kind of go on. But Mango's been so consistent against Falcon for so long. It's just it's crazy to me that he just, I mean, his game plan is so consistent and that he's able to focus on these smaller, minute things that end up giving him larger advantages over time, right? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a spot where like us as fellow gamers might be, well, how do I get better at the specific stuff, right? It's hard to like generalize, get better at the specific stuff. And I do think that to a certain extent, you just have to not generalize too much and you just have to like go through them one by one, you know? And Mango, I think, is pretty good at doing that without getting overwhelmed because he never tries to enumerate them. He just learns the interaction in front of him. So now he's really good at hitting this tech, but not because he's like so focused, like, okay, at 70%, I need to hit the techs. At 20%, I need to dash back. At higher percents, I need to slide off the up airs. You know, like if you try to think about it all at once, you get overwhelmed really easily. But Mango's really good at just like this Nair right in front of me right now, I have to tech it, you know?
Yeah. One of the things too is that like this is reactable defense, right? Yeah. Like you get hit by the Nair and it's like, okay, Mango's like, well, I see the Nair happening. I am aware of what's going on. I missed my Nair. He's going to hit me. Like I have to deal with this Nair now. So I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because I think there's one side of reactions that some people talk about a lot, which is that if you expect something, it's easier to react faster. But I think something else that's less talked about is that if you expect something else, it's harder to react to what happens in front of you. So sometimes not expecting anything makes it easier. Because right here, it's like, I don't know if he expected the Nair, but I think he was just in a clear mental space to be ready to deal with anything reactable.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of like, well, if he does something reactable, I'll be ready for it. Oh, he did do the nair. That nair is reactable. Okay, I can SDI it, right?
Yeah.
But if he was like, oh, he's gonna grab me, I need to DI. Oh shit, he naired. Fuck, I fucked up. Like.
Yeah. One thing is, Mango has a really clear headspace when it comes to things like that. Like I recently had a Drug Fox lesson where we were sort of talking about how like I try to play around all the options sometimes, and then I end up getting myself caught in some weird spots. We were actually analyzing Falcon versus Peach, but the thing that ended up happening, or I think maybe we were watching a Mango VOD, but Mango just wasn't concerned with what if the Peach crouch cancels my aerial. Because he was he was accepting that if the Peach crouch cancels my aerial, I will lose this, but if she doesn't, I will win it, right? Here I am thinking like, okay, well the Peach might crouch cancel my aerial, but she also might dash right. So like, I guess I could just like shoot a laser in place or something. It's like, well, when you're being aggressive, sometimes it's just better to like be aggressive and then, you know, sort of throw away the options that you have to consider. Just consider like one part of the mix-up and be like, I'm down to run it. Otherwise, you're just never going to get large hits, right?
Yeah, and as like for that example specifically, as someone who's like played a lot of Peach, that made a lot more sense after I played Peach, because it is just not reasonable to hold down and spam down smash every time in that situation.
Yep.
It's like really bad actually. And so you have to dash attack sometimes, you have to dash back sometimes, you have to hold shield and roll sometimes, and like a lot of those require you to not be mashing down on the C stick, right? And it is like not reactable to get nared and then start mashing down on the C stick.
Yeah.
So that's like a good way to be like, oh, okay, there is value to just not accounting for something, because from the defensive perspective, they can't like, it's not one of those things where like, oh yeah, face roll's always mashing CC grab during Fox's wave shine, right? Like that's one where there's no mix up. He's just always doing it.
Right.
Wave shining him, he's mashing grab. You know? So yeah.
Probably misses a dash somewhere in there.
Yeah, probably misses a dash, but this is another spot where I can't tell you how many Falcos would laser.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
So that initial laser mix-up versus Falcon, you really can't overdo it. This is not a spot where you get to laser. You guys are basically even here, and you just got to be willing to fight Falcon.
Yeah,
and sometimes that just means you put out your hitboxes. Yeah, because this whole pressure sequence, this would be one where in my match, I would be like, man, how is he always pressuring Falcon? And if this was my Falco, especially like from like pre-quarantine era, this is primo Squid dash back turnaround laser.
Agreed.
And then even if it hits, Johnny full hops out, and then Johnny's full hopping around the platforms for a while, and I like turn my back and I try to back air, and then and just the rest of the game is completely different. The butterfly effect of shooting this laser and not pressuring Falcon, right?
Yeah.
Because if I retreat and shoot a laser, he will full hop out. There's nothing I can do to stop it. But if I just fight him, and also worst case scenario is I die for this laser, right? He could just fly at me with an air and I die. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because we talked about it, right? Like Johnny, we would classify as like kind of a full hop, double jump, no fast fall, side platform using Falcon. But like here's Mango sort of playing neutral in a way that lessens that sort of incentive for that type of interaction, right?
Yeah, he like doesn't even get to full hop, right? Like I guess like he could have full hop, but it would have been for no reason here.
Yeah,
like right here, if you just full hop for nothing, then Falco is in a better spot to punish the full hop. I talk about this against Sheik a lot, where it's like so many Falcos shoot lasers here, and they do laser, 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 and then Sheik wavelines here and starts charging needles, and then Falco Pikachu faces, you know? He's like, what the? And I'm like, bro, you are not letting her move forward. Like, of course she's going to go up. You know? Like, if you don't want her to go up, don't shoot the laser. You have to laser run forward. And then if she goes up, you will be under her and you can jump shine.
Yes, yeah.
And this is a spot where like Johnny's afraid of just full hopping because Mango's not in the middle of a laser. And if Mango just dashes right here, which Mango probably does a decent percentage of the time here, just as a player. And if he dashes right and you wave landed, you're like, ah, shit, I got a shield. I'm about to get jump shined, and then there's mix-ups and fuck. Like that is so different than full hopping here against, you know, Squid's laser over here. And I mean, like that is a guaranteed full hop. He's safe, and now he has mix-ups.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. I feel like also I was just gonna say, positioning yourself underneath Falcon while he's shielding like that, up tilt is just so strong.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh god, I have to shield, and then it's like, oh god, I'm shielding and Falco is beneath me. Oh no, like this is as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that because I can envision the dashback laser right now into Johnny doing some sort of shield or take laser or full hop to avoid it. It just I can view it in my brain. It's probably happened a million times.
Yeah, and then, dude, and then he nares from here, and you turn around up tilt, but then he drifts back and lands here, run up grab. Like, dude, the game plays out just completely. You're playing against these drift mix-ups.
Yep.
And he like short hops, double jumps, stomps, and then like, oh shit, I thought up tilt was the right choice, but then it wasn't, and it's like so. And it's like that literally hasn't come up once because Mango's just fighting, you know.
Yeah.
And the one like laser he shot was a full approaching laser that got power shielded. And Mango got pressure. You know?
I will say, if Johnny was more dedicated to playing like that against Mango, he probably could have forced some interactions like that. Like literally from the jump. If he was, he jumped off the side platform to start the match. What if he like literally just sat there? Mango does laser, fall down laser. Now we have that exact situation that we were just talking about. It's like Johnny maybe could have played for it a little bit more often. But still, again, Mango's decentivizing Falcon playing that way. So.
True.
It's pretty cool.
And it's kind of like turning into a mix-up because if you shoot the like retreating laser we're talking about, it's literally just reactable that full hop waveline is correct. But if like here full hop waveline is correct some of the times, but it's like a complete guess. You're hoping Mango doesn't run for it, right?
Yep.
And actually Mango didn't run for it, so it would have been fine. Like if he just wavelined it here, now Falco's here, you can then like, actually it's not that good because he's kind of close, but maybe you can like run off up air, like shield drop up air, run up stomp. Yeah, you can play from here. So, but that's not like he doesn't want to do that because Mango's not giving him the best position for it. So.
That was nice by Johnny.
Finally called out the late aerials. Mango's been doing shine. Oh, I guess he did wave dash, but he's been leaving a gap in his pressure after the shine every time. So shine, gap, late aerial, shine, gap, this time with a wave dash, right?
Yeah.
And this time he just nares at a shield. So it's important to, when you are getting pressured from Falco, this is also like if Mango did shine instant back air like he did that last time, it would catch this nair in particular. That's why he does that, right? So Mango's pressure is so intentional. He's always threatening something, and yeah, you'll guess wrong sometimes, but his payoff is so big. All his shield pressure that has gone well, it's not like he landed a soft nair that then got rolled out of, right? It's like, no, he lands a back air at 100 that kills, or a shine at 0 that combos, right? So, which is why you can afford to get this messed up off of your shield pressure, right? First of all, he missed the tech.
True.
But probably
he could have been trying to L cancel while getting hit by the nair. I wonder if that had something to do with it.
Yep. But yeah, so even though he kind of got messed up for this, this is kind of goes back to what we were talking about, risk reward. Mango's reward is so high here that the risk can be kind of high, kind of like the Peach thing.
Yep.
He's like down to get CC down smash sometimes because he will kill you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So again, sort of the same situation, right? He gets out of a tech. The read was incorrect. He just run forwards and nairs, right?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, and you can see Johnny was kneeing. So if Mango had tried to laser.
Oh, that's dicey right there. Oh, Lord.
So yeah, there's just not that many opportunities to laser against Falcon. And it's funny because if you watch like most matches against Falcons, there's actually a ton of opportunities to laser. And it's not that you can't get the laser out most of the time. It's that there is a cost to the laser. It's like, I think people get it in their head that if you can shoot a laser, you should. But like the dash forward is a really valuable other side of the coin, where it's like, if you think I'm going to laser, but actually I dashed forward, you are in a worse spot. Even though I could have gotten the laser out for free, the fact that you knew I was going to get it out makes it not that good, you know?
I was just going to say, one of the most powerful things about Falco, right, is that your opponent, and you had practically said it, is like your opponent just has to be considering laser to some degree all the time. So it's like, okay, what if you dash? And then it's like, oh shit, they didn't shoot a laser? Like, that's where my mind was originally. I think that's kind of interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I like to say that like Falco just forces a pace on the game for both players all the time. Because like normally you're like across the stage and it's like, all right, well, we're both going to kind of move forward and take stage and see what happens from there. But Falco is just immediately like, am I going to move forward or am I going to laser? Am I going to full off or am I going to, you know, like, and Falco, it's hard for him because he has to consider those, but it's also hard for your opponent because they have to consider those too. So
definitely.
It's just like at all times in the game, there's no rest. There's like, I'm on the side platform. I can actually attack you in the corner here with short hop, fastball, laser, and then you know, like, so. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Don't tell me
the raw shine at 0. Yep. So this is the position. So Johnny, this is very dangerous to like, he overplayed his invincibility by a tiny bit, which is also something Mango's insanely good at. How often does he hit people like frame forward after their invincibility ended, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, he overplayed it by just a tiny bit. And his invincibility, he's still invincible now, so he's fine. But like now he's not invincible anymore, and this is the position, which is terrible, right?
Yeah.
He's now in the corner on the platform with a Falco below him. And it's like, how did we end up here? I was invincible. I should be allowed to go wherever I want. And somehow the moment the invincibility is over, I'm in a bad spot. Yep. And we can see why it's a bad spot. You mentioned before how good this is for Falco. He can go aggressive or he can go defensive and shield up Shine, because Falcon doesn't really have, you know, Falco's down air or back air to shield up with, or Sheik's back air here. So
definitely. Like one of the, I just want to say, so being underneath Falcon sometimes can be scary because Stomp exists.
Yeah.
But kind of the nice thing about being underneath side platforms is that they can't stomp you.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, their knee comes out up and in front of them. Their back air comes out below them, but like really far back and weird. Up air obviously comes out like up and in front of them. So it's like, well, what do they hit you with if you are in this position? Like, God, I have no idea.
You probably could get back aired here, and Mango would live,
spot.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think he would get to the ledge probably. So he's threatening a Shine at 0 versus getting back aired to the ledge at 91, which like that's good risk reward. So
definitely,
like this could win the game right here. If he full hop down airs again, he might get the ledge.
Yeah.
I don't know, but whatever.
Regardless, I mean, this is just a big punish, right?
Yep. He only dropped it because of execution. This is an up tilt for sure.
Yep.
I'm not sure. The up tilt might just get slid off. Maybe he has to Shine here. Whatever. I think the punish versus Falcon tends to not be where Falcos get confused.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
like, nah, I know how I dropped that. I tilted the wrong way, you know? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
so good.
We're back to pressuring with only Shine. Falcon's
Yeah.
at 30. Nair and back air off the table. I'm only shining. Mango's so aware of percents for someone who doesn't talk about it at all, you know? Like his move choice is entirely based off what percent his opponent is at.
Dude,
Shine. Oh,
yeah.
it's so sick.
And he running Shine cross-ups to start the sequence, which is just insane. And then he has no shield. Nair is going to shield poke. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, that's another initial laser mix-up right here. So he like tried to shoot a laser, it missed, whatever. There's a weird scrap. Now we're like even again. And he just fucking books it. Like running Shine, wake up running Shine. Not wake up, but like out of down air lag or whatever. So down air lag, running Shine. He might have missed an L cancel, which is another thing. Dude, who fucking is ready to running Shine after a missed L cancel? Everyone misses L cancel and rolls.
Yeah, absolutely.
So really good awareness here to just be like, oh, it's actually go time. Like, oh man, everyone's rolling to the left here. I'm rolling to the left for sure and getting lead.
Yep.
So
man,
and his pressure only shines in lasers. Shine. Reaction laser.
Reaction laser to the roll out of Shine. Yeah.
Yep.
People don't. I mean, that could be a whole nother discussion someday about like you shine during shield pressure, but you can react out of it since it's jump cancelable.
Yep, exactly.
Which it sounds like fighting game terms, but since the shine's jump cancelable, you can do shine as pressure and then react to rolls with stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, that was such a good pressure sequence. And then off the laser too. So off of this laser, you shouldn't. This isn't an automatic go in every single time, right? This is Mango winning a mix-up. Mango just immediately goes in. Johnny grabbed, which would have been running Shine. So kind of an interesting little... And part of this, too, it's like, this is kind of a feel you get when you play Falco. They're just like a little off balance, so you can go in, you know?
Absolutely. I was gonna say too, like this is also calculated because I mentioned it earlier, but like there's shield decay, right? So Nair has a chance of shield poking in this spot. Nair also valuable now because he's deeper into the corner, so he's closer to being off stage. So like I think Mango doing this Nair is pretty calculated, all things considered.
Yep.
Can't believe you dropped that after all of it, though. Hand me the controller, Mango. I'll hit that Shine.
Yeah. That was kind of a Shine. He went for the Shine on the inside again. So this is a spot where I would say Shine, go to the top platform is like the consistent punish here. But because you're fighting Johnny and it is likely that he does DI away, then Waveline down is not that bad because it sets you up a little bit better to edge guard.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're cracked, you can get Shine Waveland and then get the punish off stage or something. But yeah. And now he just feels blood in the water, so he's going for edge guards like this. This is something that I don't think he'd go for stock 1. Maybe he would. He likes putting on the pressure like this, where it's like, yo, if you're just slow.
Yeah. If you want to go back to that, the drop off Shine, keep in a year and a half, every Falcon will be doing Shine turnaround up B here.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's so sick.
I really want to start doing it. I think it comes up most often against Marth.
Yeah,
because you double jump because you're like, oh shit, I missed the Shine, or like you're trying to combo or something, and then they up air you, and then you get forward smash and die, and it's like, oh, you just Shine turnaround up B. Like, this situation isn't so bad for being wrong in that bad of a spot. So yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. The mix-up that could happen is if they double jump forward air you and you're like up being here, you die or something. And then you'd want to run off Shine, double jump back on to dodge like whatever aerial they do. But like 9 times out of 10, the Shine up B is safer than anything else people do. Like, this is terrifying now. So
yeah, definitely.
Ooh, he should have shield drop lasered.
That would have been cool.
Would have cost him nothing.
I think he was going for a lot of like weak aerial extensions.
Yeah, he's having fun.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Jesus.
And this is, I think, years of playing Mango. Like, most Falcons roll here, and most Falcons get their roll read by Mango.
Yeah.
You know? But because it's Johnny and Mango, I think, and they've played a lot, he's like, I'm too afraid to roll, and he's like, you're too afraid to roll.
Yeah. That was nuts, too. The thing is, I thought that shield pressure was going to push him off the stage, and then it just didn't.
The spot dodge prevented it.
Yeah.
So I think Johnny should have just let himself get pushed to stage.
Yeah,
like, here,
he could have light shielded
I personally
too.
would light shield here.
Yep.
Yeah, I would be like, push me off, please.
Yeah,
and then
please, dear
the
God.
sick Falco pressure would be to, like, you see the light shield, you stop hitting them, you dash dance in front of them for a bit.
Yeah.
You like backflip, tomahawk, forward smash or something.
Yeah. Or you could do, if you push them really close to the ledge, you could run through them and then shine their push off. And then
crazy.
like double jump waveland side platform.
Yeah. And then the boring option is you just forward throw him and he's probably dead.
True, which could have happened at any point during this shield pressure sequence.
Yeah, which is maybe why he's spot dodge, but spot dodge actually doesn't beat grab.
Yeah, it's too slow.
Falcon, you just get to shine him. Yeah, so yeah, kind of funny. I like how you tried to Falcon kick. That definitely was intentional too.
Yeah. Oh god. All right, do we have one more game in us?
Yeah, I love it. This is always the classic. So in my experience, the second game goes way faster.
Sure.
We've talked about a lot of the interactions we wanted to talk about.
Yep.
So I say we skip to this one because this is the one Mango wins the hardest compared to the other ones. And we don't look for as many new interactions and just see by game 4 is he still kind of has a lot of the things. So the things I'm like really focused on now, more than anything, is the initial laser mix-up is huge for me. The fact that Mango is just putting on pressure without lasers, right?
Yeah.
And because I think one of the biggest like mantras I have against Falcon is to shoot high lasers, not low lasers, because Falcon nairs high. And that just never happens. Like, Mango never shoots lasers far away and then has to care about the laser height. You know?
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I guess he's just trying to close space more frequently. And he does things like, even in the last match, we didn't really talk about the situation that much, but he did do one like sequence of run up shield, and they ended up getting a shine out of shield on Johnny doing a pretty porous stomp. And it's like, I never think like, oh, well, you know, Falcon's moves aren't that good against Falco shield, so I will just take spaced shield and like continue to see what happens. I'm always like, well, if I'm gonna take space, it's gonna be with a laser, and if I'm gonna shoot a laser, it's gonna be high, and if I'm gonna like you know, that's just kind of how it goes. But I think Mango's just concerned about slightly different things, and also when he generally shoots the lasers, he's so close to the Falcon, or he's doing it approaching to be directly on top of him, that it's not so much preventing Falcon from doing things, it's taking the most from doing the laser, like getting the most amount of frame advantage so that he can start up a shield pressure sequence or something.
Yeah, almost every laser he shot led directly to shield pressure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. Oh, how'd the match start? Oh, the non-neutral spawn, a classic. Ooh, dude, actually, I have this problem as well, where I have honestly gotten pretty good at the SDI down and away, and then this happens, and they cross you up, and they get the nair to grab.
Yeah, that is brutal.
So I'm glad to see Mango gets hit by that too, because I was like, am I supposed to react an SDI down and to the left? And I'm pretty sure 2, 3, 4
could have shined.
He could have shined. Only shined. He
only shined. Couldn't have spot dodged. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dang.
All right, maybe I'll just try to shine in that case. If I'm like, I got crossed up, fuck, shine.
Yep.
It's kind of like,
good ledge
I know actually this is one that tilts you, is in the Ditto, take laser shine. When it's just like, this is all I have left.
Yeah.
I just take laser shine, I'm like, I got him.
I always just think like, dude, it's been happening so much recently. Like I play NetPlay, and I'm like, dude, these people are just down to die. Like, dude, take laser shine. You know how small your shine is? Like, oh god.
Yeah, but bro, I was dead there. You know.
Yep.
Like, you're going for laser dash dome cancel grab. I'm getting grabbed. You know. I may as well throw the shine.
Another slide off into immediate ledge dash though.
Into ledge dash. Yep. And this time he ledge dash shielded a stomp. Yeah.
In my experience.
Oh, you know what's cracked here is
Tell me.
crouch. Crouch dodges this stomp, and then you can jump shine him.
Does it? You're not lying to me?
Oh man, now I'm not sure.
Look at his feet, man. His feet
it definitely dodges it on every other stage.
Yeah, I believe
I mean,
that.
not
This,
FOD,
the
but I've done it
unfortunate
on other stages. No,
the unfortunate thing too is Mango's ledge dash was good enough that he's actually pretty deep into the stage, so he's up on the slant.
True.
So like I don't know, but
I want to say you still can crouch, but
I hope so. That'd be cool. But I was gonna say that Johnny, in my experience, like 90% of the time when we're on Yoshi's, just goes up and does the stomp when I'm on the ledge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same for you, but this just seems to be something Falcons really like doing.
Honestly, ledge dash crouch, if it works, is probably one of the only ways to actually punish this.
I'm down.
I guess you can do like your high laser stuff, but crouch is probably a more direct answer if it works. If it doesn't work, it's trash. Don't do it.
I'll test it. We'll figure it out.
Also, I just saw someone in the chat ask about ECB. This is a fun fact I really like talking about with Falco's ECB in specific in these weird situations where as long as you don't let go frame perfectly or within 2 frames, your ECB will reset. So see how he waited like 3 frames on the ledge where he could have dropped but didn't?
Yep.
If you wait 2 frames, then your ECB resets, and Falco specifically, his reset ECB is pretty good.
It's very good, yeah. It's not the best,
you can do, I personally do the same timing with my good ledge dashes, quote unquote, as I do with my reset ECB.
Me too.
Which means that if I slide off, all I have to tell myself, my brain is like, don't ledge dash, frame perfectly, you know. And then as long as I wait like 2-3 frames, then I can ledge dash, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. What did I think it was called like control ECB. I think is what Hacks called it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Say Hacks' tag, whatever. But I don't care. But I think he called it control ECB. But you said like reset ECB. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Because I remember I discovered this, and I was talking to Face Roll about it, and he's like, "Oh, can you test Sheik?" And I tested Sheik, and Sheik's is terrible. It's like 3 frames worse than a Sammy stall.
I remember
So
this.
if you try to do a Sammy stall ledge dash, but you get the control ECB, you're fucked.
It's really bad. I actually think if you dig into our Facebook Messenger DMs, I think you'd find us talking about that. I remember this conversation having happened before.
Huge. The lore.
Yep. But anyway, good stuff for Mango.
Yep.
Gets a Phantom hit, but wasn't supposed to win that situation really anyway.
Yeah, and this is an example of him getting nared twice and not dying, right? This is like, this is bad, right? Like, I would never tell you that, oh yeah, the strategy to Falcon is to get nared twice off stage and then get down tilted, right? Like, this is really good. This is how you win the matchup. But the fact that he basically threatened to kill here, and was wrong twice and is okay, right?
Definitely.
That's huge. Yeah.
You want to know something crazy that Sammy told me about? I know we were like, we're going to get through this faster.
Yeah.
So if you go back, you know how people land cancel Falco's down air? Like in a situation like that? You have to think that Falcon's actually at a pretty low percent here, so he's actually going to fall slower than he would if he was at a higher percent.
True.
So land canceling at literally like 0 to 6 is a lot better than if you hit Falcon with a down air at like 40 or like 35. Because if he's at 35, boom, he snaps to the ground and he fucking hits you. But here, he actually might have fallen so slowly that Mango got a pretty decent situation, even though Falcon was like actionable first here.
I also think Falcon is pretty bad in these scrappy land cancel situations compared to
Agreed.
some characters.
Hmm.
So it ends up being pretty okay. Like my favorite land canceling character is Peach, where you can set it up by ground floating,
Hmm.
and then you have down smash.
Yep.
Like hers is really good on both ends. Like one, you can guarantee you're close to the ground, and two, you have a good move to use.
Hmm.
Falcon, he short hops, which is pretty high, and has to just hope that you downer him close to the ground,
Hmm.
and then he has to gentleman or something. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He doesn't have like a grower.
And he has to be turned the right way too, because like there's a chance that
Yeah.
your drift like goes through him, and yeah.
Honestly, after talking about it, I think Falcons should side B here. I
Whoa.
bet if he side Bs, yeah, side Bs would dodge this and then
That'd
probably
be
fuck him up.
crazy.
Yeah. Good nair.
Oh, surprised he didn't cover that.
Yeah, it looked. Oh, it was close. So he went for the four tilt, which I think is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like the greediest thing he, or like the most immediate threat in my mind is him just drifting to ledge.
Yep.
So you have to cover that. So he covers that, and maybe he was just slow. 1, 2, 3.
Not that slow. Could have shined.
Yeah, but it
like a
actually
frame or
is
two
the
earlier.
difference maker. He was
That's
one frame
crazy.
off, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we watched it, I was surprised that he didn't hit it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that I've never. These types of down airs are like. It's hard to find a situation where they're like omega optimal,
Mhm.
but I don't think Falco's punish game is often about finding the omega optimal thing. It's just about confusing your opponent sometimes.
True.
So it's like which DI specifically was he trying to cover with this? I don't think it's that deep, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just you down there, and some of the times they just pop up here and you kill them. You know?
Yeah. And these, just to be clear, these are 2 shield poke downers in both
Yeah.
of this right here.
This was like a Leffen thing he talked about where, oh my god,
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
yeah, actually, so it's pretty.
This is a consistent setup, though. Kalindi talked about doing this shield drop downer setup back in 2013.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, Falco should do it for sure. It's just kind of odd.
Yeah.
You have to know you don't have enough time, and then you're shield pressuring on side platform. And,
Yeah. Also, maybe he had enough time. Like this one, obviously, was just amazing, right?
Mhm.
Like the one here. This one, maybe he had enough time, but it's so hard to tell.
Yep.
Like I might grab here some of the times, which I'm now thinking is just not that good. Because in my
Yeah.
mind is like, well, you definitely have time to grab,
Mhm.
but is that better than setting up this? Probably not.
Probably
but maybe.
not.
I mean, he didn't get anything off this either. So.
Yeah, true. Oh,
Ooh,
goes
the
for
first
one
shine grab.
grab,
Well, okay,
dude.
it's game 4, so we don't know if he shine grabbed.
True.
Seriously. We skipped 2 games.
Yep.
But it's worth noting that he didn't shine grab, and now he's like, all right, you know what? You can't just hold shield against me. Because he was holding shield quite a long time. So I mentioned before that if you do like 3 shines on someone's shield, what technically happened is that you were wrong 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to hit him with each one of those shines. So grab is a good way to just be like, I'm going to force you to make decisions faster so that my shines will start hitting you.
Mm-hmm. This is the patented Johnny roll to the corner, by the way.
Yep.
Anybody who's played Johnny understands. That's just
I also
a
call
thing.
it the Armada roll because Armada.
Yeah,
was
Armada
also-
does it a lot for sure.
Yep.
That's so silly.
He just nair forward smash.
Interesting. Good for him. You know,
Yeah.
I'm happy for Mango here.
It's an ongoing joke with my like community that I just love every forward smash. Like a lot of times there'll be something and I'll like roll my eyes. I was like, well, that was kind of lucky. That was kind of cheap. But anytime a random forward smash hits, I'll always be like, oh, that was really nice. This is one where like definitely in my head, my first reaction was like, oh, nice. Yeah.
That's funny.
Johnny had the same reaction.
Yeah, he
Good
nodded
job
his
getting
head. I
forward
was
smash.
literally looking at that too.
He's like, that
oh,
makes sense. Yeah, forward smash.
yeah, class. Damn, should have considered that. Oh,
Get popped.
yeah. Oh,
Classic. The 2009 Shine Waveland Shine still works.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Thing is, he was invincible while it happened, so
Yeah.
it's actually a little bit more confusing than usual. But yes,
Yeah.
definitely still works.
Yeah. And at worst, it's still a mix-up. You can
Yeah.
Shine double jump and stuff. So
Oh, Mango messing up.
or
just like I
Waveland
would.
Shine. Boom. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yep.
he gets accidental shine land into
Yeah.
attempt to waveland down. Doesn't work because his jump squat gets edge canceled into air touch.
That is really funny.
Oh, and look at the situation that Mango set up for himself, though. He's underneath Falcon on side platform, shielding Ghost for up tilt. Which, on this stage, this is one of the reasons I actually think that Yoshi's is Falco's best stage of the matchup. Unless it's FD, which it might be.
Yeah.
But using up tilt on this stage when Falcon's above you, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, using up tilt on this stage with Falcon's above you, we already talked about why it's so good and how Falcon's like shield drop aerials can't really do that much. But on this stage, it also like shield pokes and combos.
Yeah.
It's like, dear lord.
Yeah, that is brutal. This is another instance of Mango being less phased by mistakes than anyone else in the world, right? Like, this is a mistake that, like, a lot of Falco mains are on their back foot for the next 10 seconds. Yep. And Mango's just like, ha, pressure.
True.
So, yeah, I really like that.
Oh, my lord.
This right here. If you look at Johnny's reaction to this forward smash.
He's like sick and tired of it. He's like, come on, dude, not again.
My favorite. This is such a call out. But Mike Hayes used to not be very good against ice climbers. And you could tell he was like working on his mentality against ice climbers, right? Like, I'm trying to not get tilted. Oh, no. Every set against Army, the first wobble, okay. The second wobble, okay. And then you skip the game 3. He gets grabbed on his third stock. He just shakes his head, and, like, unplugs his controller and quits mid-set, and stuff that happened at one point. And it's like no hate, because like it's so relatable. You know, we've all been there. Of like, I'm trying to like not get tilted, but like you start out good. Dude, once you get forward smashed the third time, it's not funny anymore.
Oh, God. Whoa, what the heck?
So he didn't do the forward tilt this time, which would have worked. But also this one was ambiguous enough to where he might land here without an air dodge.
Okay, can you go back real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask about this backflip back air. Does this work against Nair from ledge too? I feel like sometimes it does if you space it correctly.
Yeah, I think he's out of range of the first hit of Nair at the very least.
Sure.
And so you can probably like trade with the second hit, which would be really good. Falcon maybe can like Omega drift back and dodge it or something. I don't think he can just Nair you here though. I do think he's far enough away. So I don't think you can guarantee the back air will hit. But I think you can guarantee you don't get nared, and at best you trade, and at worst you both whiff. You know?
Right. Okay.
Which is, I think, a good position. Yeah. I think this is like, this is something that's more clear with characters that are even worse on the ledge, like Samus or Peach or something. But opting not to go for the forward tilt here and just being like, I will instead ledge trap you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Is like really good. And you can tell Mango had such a conscious ledge trap decision. Whether or not this back air works every time, it was intentionally done in response to Falcon being on the ledge. He walked out of range, backflip back air.
Yeah,
right? It was like, that is such a good spacing to be at. So. Yeah. And I don't think you should back air every time, but I do think you should walk here almost every time.
Yeah, I try to talk about this in a lot of my lessons. I call the space where you're like too close to the ledge that you can get hit. I call that the danger zone.
Yep, same actually.
Perfect, because it's like, but all of my students, well, at least most of the low level ones, or like newer players, as I like to say, most of the newer players, they are just down to clown, man. Like, Fox like gets to the ledge and they're just like, all right, I'm gonna fight you. It's like they're invincible, literally invincible. Like, you're putting yourself, they don't have to do something hard either. Like, if you're standing right next to the ledge, like Fox does drill from ledge into shine, thunder's combo, you're dead. Yeah, like, you need to, and if you watch top level play, like the example we just saw, it's like they have spacings in mind that they will go to if the opponent's on the ledge. So like Mango here, Mango, the super hyper aggressive ultra omega guy, he just walks away and he does a back air. Like,
which is oftentimes like the most aggressive move is the move that kills them for doing what they did, you know? So Mango just killed him for missing an air, you know? Or no, he ledge dashed, right? But regardless, it's like he went here and then he killed him for coming up from the ledge. That is very aggressive, you know? Even I mean, I just love memeing on terms like aggression and defense and stuff.
Absolutely.
But, my favorite one to meme on is cheese, of like what cheese is.
Oh, look at that. There was an opponent on the ledge. He walked back to the exact same position. Look at this. Boop.
Yep. And in fact, did the same back air and it worked twice.
True. Uh-oh, he's down to clown.
Uh-oh. He got bored.
I think he
went for the forward tilt.
I think he thought he had more time than he did here.
Yeah, if this laser hits, actually.
Yeah,
right?
then Falcon gets boned by the forward
actually,
tilt.
maybe if he just he might have just misexecuted the laser. Because actually, on the right side here, he shoots an Omega low laser. So right here, this is the lowest laser you can shoot.
Yep.
And then on the right side, he shoots like kind of a high laser here. And oh, look, there was a slightly lower laser. It would be a frame later. So actually, maybe it misses no matter what. But
maybe,
if this laser was here and it hits right now, this forward tilt hits for sure. It's laser forward tilt to combo. Falcon's dead.
Yep.
Yeah. So he was once again, man. Melee's it's so often that melee is like 1 or 2 frames off.
Yeah,
right?
I know
like,
it.
We saw the shine on the right side there be 1 frame off. Everyone, the famous Mango Zane set recently where he jumped shine or something.
He
Zane
Mango
up-aired a frame late or
shielded,
something?
and Zane reacted 1 frame late with his up air.
Yeah. The Zane Rishi set where he up B's a frame late.
Oh yeah, there's that one too. Very true.
Yeah. It's a classic, man. Ooh, Mango got stuck on the platform here.
Oh, the late nair again.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
It is so oppressive.
Boom.
One thing I haven't seen Mango do once is actually skip the shine, which I think is really, like, I don't think Johnny has challenged this snare one time. And if he's not going to, then you actually shouldn't shine. You can just set up the next aerial right away, or you can like walk away, or you can up tilt, or you can just forward smash him or something.
Yeah.
So like for example, actually forward smash would have killed him here, which is hilarious. So it's fine because you're like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's so oppressive and you're kind of winning anyways that like, you don't have to change it. But if you are looking for like another edge, which is one of those benefits where it's like, dude, when you're the better player and you're winning, you can just keep edges in your back pocket. You're like, nice. If ever I start losing to this guy, I'll start skipping the shine. You know?
Yeah, true. The thing is, Mango actually does that sometimes, just as like pressure.
He does. Yeah.
Oh, we're all lasers and shines. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, shine,
so
shine,
cool.
laser, shine, shine.
Yeah. Dang. What a difference, right? Immediate too. That back air was just because like he had to, right?
Yeah,
like,
he was on side plat, so he's like, well, back air here.
It's like, I'll take the 15. You know? Like I'm not gonna take the 15. I guess 10, but yeah.
Oh my.
See, okay, this is the first long range laser of the set.
Yeah.
And in my head, this is an immediate high laser afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe approaching high laser, maybe just dash forward and then move. Mango chills really far away and waits for the full hop, which also makes sense. Like it makes sense to me that Johnny will full hop here 100% of the time. This is all of my sets. Is this laser in a Johnny's full hop?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Mango, the thing is, I in particular, because when I play against Johnny, it's the exact same thing. When I play against Johnny, he does this full hop double jump, and then up air reaches just like a pixel farther than I think it does. But look at Mango, he's like, dude, he's like perfect right there. That's really good.
And I think it is unintuitive how far Falcon can go here.
Absolutely, yes.
But actually, it's apparently very intuitive to Mango because he just hit this laser. And actually, I had a tweet a while ago. I lost a set to Shithid, I think his name is.
Sure.
From AZ. And I remember the thing that like got me the most is he would just full approaching or full drift forward, nair out a shield. Like from stand, right? Like he does no momentum.
Yep.
And actually, I'm just gonna pull it up here because I found it.
Perfect.
So look at this range, right? Like in my mind, there's no way I get naired out of shield, right? So I would laser dash dance right here, and he would just yeet himself at me. And I'd be like, what? And like I lasered twice. I jumped over the power shield. I did the good thing, and I just get clipped. And I was like, what? This like blew my mind. And then it's even further if they full hop. Look at this.
Oh
what?
God,
right?
yeah.
So the first time that like I lost to this, and then I went in the lab, and I was like, this is the range I have to be concerned about, which blew my mind. But now we watch Mango, and he immediately knows this. This
Very
is the same
true.
spacing, by the way, right? Like this right here
Absolutely.
is this right here. And Mango immediately knows I'm actually in danger here.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So crazy. Wow. That's so cool. I'm glad you had that visual example. That was perfect.
Yeah, so you either got to fight here, like go in and fight.
Which you
or
can
gotta
do.
stay
You can
back.
like
Yeah,
run
you
up.
can,
You can like run up, crouch up tilt is something you can do. You can like full hop shine if you want to stuff them early or something.
You can even run up shield here. Maybe he stomps your shield, you know? So like you could run forward, but like you got to be willing to fight. And if you don't fight, this is how far you have to be to stay safe.
Yeah.
Right? You have to You have to really give up the entire stage.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing that is what you have to do, right? Because if you don't know, then you miss space, you get up aired, you die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said. So.
Oh.
Oh, the stomp edge cancel is actually so annoying.
Yeah, I know.
This is Omega not punishable. You
Yeah,
just can't
I
do
felt
anything.
bad when I saw it happen. I was like, oh, no, please take it away.
Because this is such a good position, and now he's taking center from you. You can't do anything about it. And if you're wrong, you're about to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like he can edge cancel back air here, and if you try to jump, you're dead. But if he doesn't back air and he just edge cancel land grabs you, that's also scary. Oh my god, Mango barely wins it.
Yeah.
It was like not a good position, but he won. Like you can always win from bad positions. Right? Like this is just a crazy read.
I also feel like Johnny must have messed up execution, right? Like what is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're on some weird level of the meta that I don't understand or something.
Yeah, he like panicked, I think.
Yep.
I think like he probably, I'm surprised he didn't back air, just like autopilot every time, shoot the back air, you know, who cares? And then it looked so good to instead tomahawk short hop. I was like, oh, he's on the next level.
Yeah.
like this is some shit, right? We're about to see a tomahawk grab, a late up air, but then he panics. So maybe it wasn't quite as intentional as it looked. So.
Ooh, that's the second time you misjudged that combo. Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how double jump immediate dare is just sometimes the option.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, ledge dash shine. No way. He goes to ledge between stocks, refreshes invincibility, ledge dash shines. Dude, did Mango win this tournament?
Stock right here. I can't tell you how many vods am I. You can pull up any matchup from any era. I'm ledge stalling and I ledge dash shine.
Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. Dear Lord.
This is also a squid stock right that he dies for.
That's rough. He just found himself above Falcon. Why was he above Falcon? Oh, because he down aired there. Dude.
Yeah, this is... Ugh. Yeah, you just shine double jump back on, right?
Yeah, yeah. Which is actually the West Balls. West Balls is all about shine, just turn around, double jump back onto stage, and then continue comboing the Falcon.
Yep. I know Bell likes to call that the Drug Fox shine, because it's good even not off stage as just a DI mix-up, where like sometimes you'll be like on the top platform here, and you've shined a Falcon to here, but he's too low percent to carry with Nair up tilt or something, then you can short hop shine, double jump back on, down air. If he DI'd in, he's fucked, right? Yep. And it's one of those, like, the only ways to really kill your opponent in that spots, yes, it requires them to DI in, but you're not going to get that much anyways, you know? And this is a way that you can turn a situation where, like, well, I can't get much of anything, so I may as well just take my back air and stage positioning into, if you're holding in, I get to kill you.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah. Also very relevant in matchups where you don't get the shine pillar combos, like Sheik, where you just shine, double jump back on, down air, boom, you get the full combo out of it. And you're like, wait, what?
Oh, okay, all right. Whatever, nice.
Yeah, okay. Up smash is a move that you got to do with your heart.
Oh,
wow. I remember this combo. Actually.
I actually think that that back air is pretty bad.
You think it should just be a down smash if you're going to do it?
Spits him out that other way. Should probably be down smash. I actually think as a replacement for this, almost always, maybe at this percent, maybe on Yoshi's, maybe this is good, but up tilt is just like better almost all the time.
If they hold out, you probably get up tilt down air here.
Yeah.
And that's what you're trying to cover with the back air, is holding out.
Yeah. And if they hold in, they might also die, because you get to play mix-up after.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that up tilt's just a really good replacement for that back air. But people do this back air at, like, fucking 40% on, like, a Fox.
True.
It's like, imagine up tilting a Fox at 40%. Yeah, God, my brain just goes crazy every time I see it. But, yeah. Anyway, I mean, it was cool. Good for Mango.
Sometimes you're... This is actually something I've talked to Asashi about. Sometimes you're actually looking for the aesthetically cool combo. He's really good at that. I don't know if you've watched any of Asashi.
Yeah.
That guy is aesthetically pleasing as a Falco player. We had I posted a clip of him a while ago on my Twitter where he just like demolished me. He did a combo that were like, it had 4 things I'd never seen before. Here, actually, let me find it real quick.
I'm sure we'd love to see it.
All right. So check this combo he did on me.
Okay. It's kind of the shine we were just talking about. Oh, my lord.
So shine, downer, shine. Yep, the shine, downer. Somehow he does it so fast that he can downer shine me before I land.
Yeah.
Forward air, down air. That just combos, by the way. So,
Jeez.
and so insane combo. Now watch this combo from the same game.
Oh no, not the same game.
These are my combos.
Oh. Yeah,
They are
nice
not
and
aesthetically
effective.
pleasing.
Back air. Back air.
Read the jump
Back
air,
air.
shine, back air,
And
back
back air.
So it's always been an ongoing joke that his combos look so much cooler, and honestly are more combos. Mine is just I read a jump, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's like I think there's a part of this back air that just it looks cooler as a combo finisher.
Agreed. Yeah. The funny thing is, if you go back and watch Esports ×2, all the Falco clips, there's a lot of maybe it's not even in that combo video, but Mango's Falco does a ton of just up tilt or forward smash there.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
true.
okay, I'm reading a mistech, up tilt, back air, or like up tilt, shine, up B, and it's like, okay, cool. But yeah, the back air is interesting for sure.
We've solved Falcon. We're done now.
Yeah, we're done. Work's done here. My biggest thing is I was curious to see how Mango is going to deal with the full hops and the double jumps. We really only saw that come up like literally once, and he dealt with it in his own defensive, deliberate way, which involved a lot of recognition, and I thought that was really cool to see. But it was more interesting to see that Mango just kind of takes it to the Falcon a little bit more often in situations where I didn't realize those were the moments that really initiated the full hops and the double jumps from the Falcon. Like, oh, we're kind of far away in neutral. If I shoot low laser in place, it makes sense to move to side plat or something. So I'm just going to run up shield or approach with nair. And if you try to nair in at the same time or knee, like I just hit you. There's a lot of positioning directly underneath Falcon, stuff like that that made it kind of tricky for SUJ to want to play like that, right?
Yep. And in fact, even rewatching this, the one time when it happened, it was actually a spot where every other time, Mango just reset to neutral right here. It is actually jarring that Mango dashes back and lasers here. The one time he does do it, it's because he did pick the option that we talked about. Like we do, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
And so it's obviously you're not in a bad spot after shooting this laser, and you absolutely can win by doing that laser regularly, you know?
100%.
It is just interesting to see that like every other time here, Mango is just back airing this nair, or he's dash dancing, approaching, or something. And for some reason, this time he just chose, I feel like lasering this time. And then he plays it perfectly.
Man, it's interesting too, because I think he played the situation afterwards pretty beautifully. And like you said, you can shoot that laser and still win, right?
Yeah.
Just like Mango did. The interesting thing, I don't even think it's good for Falcon to full hop and double jump like that. So it was nice to see Mango be like, no, you don't get to play like this, okay? That's that's not an effective strategy. But like, Mango doesn't even play to that game plan, which is already a bad strat for the Falcon. He's just like, well, if I get close to you, all these scrambles kind of go in my favor, which are already good for me. And a lot of times that lands me shine, so I'm just going to kind of move in more frequently. Yeah,
because it is worth knowing that even though it's not like good for Falcon, it is like frustrating to fight because it's what we were describing at the start. It's like low risk from Falcon. You actually cannot whiff punish this up air. It's like you play a mix up off of this up air. Mango just wins the mix up, right? Like the mix up it's not even like a clean win. It's a whiffed aerial into another aerial that whiff punishes something, you know? So he's just so good at the scraps, but I don't think Mango after this was like, nice, I should just get him to do that over and over and over and over and over again, you know? Because I do think in his mind was like, okay, I won that mix up, but I'm not going to win it every time.
Yeah, true. Very true.
But he was having very high consistency with his other style, where over here, he can force the mix up that happens off of the laser here, or I can just fight him here, and actually maybe I win this one more. You know? So kind of interesting.
I still think maybe it comes up in the other two games or something. He could have grabbed way more, right? Like, I feel like that could have come up a couple times. That's like one of my only, when I watch this, I'm like, that's one of my only like real critiques. Other than that, Mango was really like aware of what was going on. He was reacting very well, defensively playing really solidly. His ledge dashes were actually on fire for whatever reason. He ledge dash backward through a Falcon up smash. Okay, cool.
Still did not ledge dash every single time because he didn't get predictable with it. He still lasered, right?
Still double
which
lasered.
is a big thing where it's like when you have good ledge dashes, you can sometimes fall in the trap of I should just ledge dash every time.
Absolutely. And part of the things is because I feel like we talk a lot about the things that Mango does well. I mean, we hit on a little bit of it, but also the things that Mango isn't doing that he could be doing poorly. He's not positioning above Falcon all the time. He's not rolling all over the place. He's making sure to hit his techs, which means that he's not missing his techs most of the time. He's edge guarding deliberately, not burning his double jump right away. Like, there's a lot of things that he's not doing that's, again, mitigating damage from the Falcon's end.
Acting out of mistakes really well.
Acting out of mistakes really well. Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Squid, you got any shout-outs before we go?
I do lessons on Patreon if you're interested. Find it on my Twitter or Patreon at Squid's Laugh.
Perfect. Well, thanks again. Bird watching is back, baby. Okay, we're going to be doing more bird watching, more bird calls to come. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time, all right? See ya.
Get into it.